welcome to Ask the Vet Live here from Companion Animal Vets in Dapto. My name's Melissa, I'm one of the vets here. Today we're talking about ticks because guess what? We are in tick season. We've had our first tick cases this week. Luckily none that have been particularly sick yet, but we've certainly removed a paralysis tick off one dog. And the problem is we've also had a few out of other dogs with hind end problems, and the question has been every single time, is this a tick, is it not? We've had to clip dogs to find them or not. So I'm talking about ticks today. So today I've got little scoops here, and I'll show you how to do a basic tick search, and so where to focus and look for the ticks and where they generally are. This is a paralysis tick. However, it's not a real one, obviously. They don't get this big, luckily. Can you imagine how terrifying that would be, Lauren? Oh. Insects freak me out in the best of times. So this is a tick, paralysis tick. They tend to be anywhere from pinhead size, or once they're engorged, they're sort of the size of the tip of my finger. So they sort of can be about that size. When they're full of blood, they're often grey in colour. They can be anywhere on the body, but because dogs tend to stick their faces in things and run into bushes and grasses and things where they can get the ticks, then we generally find a large percentage of the ticks are in the front half of the body, but they can be found anywhere on the body. If your pet is on Brevecto or Simparica, oh, he can open doors, I've just discovered. He can open sliding doors. Hey, Scoop, come here, Scoop, come here, have some more. Yeah, delicious. We decided he didn't like chicken, but he likes this one. So, now I've lost my train of thought, of course. If you have your dog on a good tick prevention, then if your dog gets pain or injury or something in its back end or can't walk on its back leg, we don't have to worrying about ticks because they're already prevented. And tick disease is horrendous and it can be fatal. It is very hard to treat. It's also extremely expensive to treat. Well, can be very expensive to treat. So we really, really recommend prevention. We have a question.
Yes. Do we need to worry about leeches like we do ticks?
Oh, okay. I haven't heard that. It's off the cuff question. Look, leeches. I don't know whether we've got them around here very much. Certainly up in the Blue Mountains and in Queensland and things, leeches can be a problem, but they don't carry disease like ticks do. So they're a very different bug. They're also a bug, but they're a squishy bug, and they certainly can cause problems where they'd attach. And just like us, you know, we need to remove them, and you can bleed from the site. But there's certainly, not that I know of, any diseases that you can get from having a leech attached to you. However, eating leeches is not a great plan. So if you are in an area that have leeches, I know that they can have some worms and things just like slugs. That can be a bit of an issue there. So, but they don't carry disease like the ticks do. So the ticks, what they do is they attach to the skin. They put these little proboscis, which is the little pointy bits at the front, in through to the skin, and they form a crater around that. And they actually start pumping in their own saliva. It causes the blood to not clot, and then they start sucking blood in. Over a period of time, it sounds amazing, but the enzymes and stuff that the ticks are pumping into the skin, into the animal, actually changes. And the toxin actually doesn't start to be produced until 48 to 72 hours after the ticks are attached. So the idea with tick products is that you need to kill them within obviously that time period so that the ticks are dead and are not getting to the point where they can inject the toxin. We have another question.
2 questions. So first one is, does Revolution provide tick protection for cats?
No, Revolution does not provide tick protection for cats or for dogs. It is not a tick preventer in any shape or form. It's a very good flea preventer, and if you're in an area where you don't have to worry about ticks, then it's a fabulous product. But it does not cover for ticks. The only tick prevention available in Australia right now are the sprays. So Frontline Spray and Frontiera Spray, I think is the other one. That is the only registered product in Australia. However, wait for this space. We are hoping that a new product is about to come out and will be released very soon. And we will be doing we'll do a big launch of it because we may be getting a new product for ticks. So, but Revolution absolutely does not do it for ticks, for cats or for dogs.
Other question is, what is the best way to remove them?
Oh, okay. Look, in humans, I know that there's a big deal about getting the head out and all that sort of stuff, but in dogs, we're actually not worried about that. Removing them any way you can get them off. A lot of people use tweezers. twisting it's a good way to do it, is to twist and pull. I'm not as concerned about having mouthpieces left behind or bits of head left behind, because the body does it eventually push them out anyway, and we don't get the allergic reactions in dogs that we see in some of the other, and cats that we see in some of the other species. There's always a bit of a crater left behind, a bit of a wound, and it can take a long time for that crater to sort of settle down and heal. But the idea is that you twist and pull and get them off anyway. You can get little lever devices, a tick extractor thing that you can get at the pet shop and thing as well, and you can use those. But tweezers or even your fingers, just to twist and pull and get them out. And as I said, not a big deal about leaving bits behind. We just want the tick off and dead. So not as big a deal in dogs and cats as it is in humans to make sure you get every little bit of them out. So good question, so I like it. The other thing I wanted to mention, we get a lot of people say, oh yeah, we're on tick prevention, we give such and such a product. Any of the spot-on products, the topicals products that go onto the back of the neck, all of them for ticks are registered for 2 weekly application. Most people don't realise this. Often they think it's monthly like for the fleas, but it's actually you have to apply them every 2 weeks. So that's Frontline and Advantix are both a 2 weekly application for tick prevention. We've got a Brevecto, which is a 3 monthly product, and we also have Simparica, which is a monthly product. It actually has the quickest knockdown of all the tick production, the tick orals. The ticks die the most quickly from the Simparica, and that's why we cover it now in the monthly product. Oh look, he's been a good boy now. He's all settled down. Model. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, the moral of the story is if you're on a good tick prevention and you're giving it at the right time for the product that you're using, then you don't have to worry so much about the tick as being a problem. However, if you're using the topical ones and just in general, you should know how to do a tick search. So that's what we're going to do. So Scoop, you're going to come and focus on me. Come on, come here. Come on. Oh, here's another treat. Oh, yes.
I suppose.
Oh, okay.
Good boy.
So when we're doing a tick search, the most important thing is our fingers. It's called a finger walk for a reason. So I always start at the head end where we have to go, we check all around lips, finger walk all around the lips, around there. We need to check eyes. Unfortunately, there's some cases been seen where the ticks are actually underneath the eyelids, so always get around, move around the eyes. Come here, Scoob. I know you're not that keen. You're not my keen model today.
You're a good boy.
He is a good boy, isn't he? So then we need to look all inside the ears as well. Inside, look around. Finger walk. If you've got a long-haired dog, obviously even more important just to finger walk and not necessarily look. Really important to get underneath. Take your collars off if you can. Get right in underneath the collars all around here. Armpits is a spot that they can certainly be. All down the front legs. All surfaces. If you have a look at these toes, if you have a look there, can you see that there's actually a little pocket in there between the toes? That's where grass seeds go. My finger's in it there. That's where grass seeds go, and ticks can be in there. So you need to get in between there, underneath, in between all the toes. Up again. Same thing with the other foot. This is obviously something you can just get used to doing every day. In tick season, it's always a good thing to do. Armpits all around the body. Up in the groin. In boys, we certainly need to check around the end of the prepuce. In girls, around the vulva, around the testicles. Again, back feet. Obviously, getting your dog used to having this done is really important. It actually can make a good thing to be able to do anyway, to be able to touch every part of your dog's anatomy. So that's basically a tick search all over. Around the anus, under the tail.
I've got another question as well.
Down the tail. Okay, another question.
What do they feel like?
They feel like anything, because they can be quite different sizes. They can feel anything like from a little blip, a little hard lump, up to, as I said, the tip of my finger sort of size blob. And look, I think getting used to feeling all of your dog's skin is a good thing anyway, so you know where their lumps and bumps are. So you're not suddenly at the beginning of tick season going, oh, that's a lump. Oh no, panicking, whereas that lump might have been there for 6 months. So getting used to lumps and bumps on your dog is a really good idea to start off with. Some masses can be little blobs that are grey or black, and they can sometimes be tricky, and if you're concerned, just pop up and get someone to have a look at it for you to make sure.
Another question.
Yeah.
Can they jump off of the dog onto us?
Not that I know of. Once they're on the dog, they're going to search and attach to the dog. So we can certainly get ticks, and if you're out and about where your dog has got a tick, then you need to obviously be careful of yourselves as well. My family live in a very high ticks area in Northern Beaches in Sydney, and they certainly do get ticks on themselves from the garden and from the bush and so forth. Humans are much better at knowing where the ticks are because they cause irritation, and they make you're generally much better at showing yourself or finding them more quickly. So humans don't get sick, but they certainly can do. I know of a personal friend of mine who got a tick and then now has a red meat allergy. So, they're definitely around, and they can definitely be a problem from a person's point of view. Not jumping from your dog though, but from the environment where your dog has got that tick is probably more of a concern.
Oh, I got another question.
Oh, another question?
With the Frontline spray,
Yep.
do you need to spray all over the cat? Do you need to spray their
so,
belly?
Yes, so with cats, with the spray, it's a dose-related spray, so you need to know how much your cat weighs, and then you actually look at the labelling and work out how many sprays they need to cover their whole body. You actually need to soak every part of their body in it. It's not a joke, don't smoke while you're doing it. A lot of alcohol gets evaporated and very, very dangerous, not near an open flame or a cigarette or anything like that. But you actually have to soak their entire bodies in it. So, and it's, as I said, it's a dose-related medication, so you need to count it. Once we get this new medication, let's hope it's a lot easier because that is the only preventative if you've got an outdoor cat. So that's a bit of information about ticks. Oh, we've got another one.
More. Sorry, I have to click a button to see this one. See more. Come on.
Oh, Scooby,
Sorry,
being
guys.
such a good boy.
Oh, the camera's flipped. It says, oh God. Camera operator struggling. I can't even
Can't
read
get
this.
good help
Oh
these
God,
days.
what's happening?
Lauren's having a few technical issues.
I'm having
everyone.
issues. Okay, do we know if dogs get Lyme disease, even though it's not recognized in Australia? And I'm
Yeah.
sorry the camera's flipped. I can't fix it.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll finish off quickly. Lyme disease is not recognised in Australia at this point in time that I know about. There's a lot of research going on all over the world about Lyme's disease. It is not something that we jump to a decision making or is part of our protocol at the moment. But obviously that's a watch this space and ongoing in the veterinary world as it is in the human world. Okay. So, and there actually, there's information I think about, they're doing a huge amount of research in the types of ticks that are in Australia at the moment. There's a group in Western Australia at the university over there that is doing a big survey around Australia, actually trying to work out whether the particular ticks that carry Lyme disease are even in Australia. So, but that's from a little while ago that my brain just remembered that bit. So as I said, watch this space. We might have more information once those guys have finished their research. Okie dokie, that's it for this week. See you later, and ticks are out. Be careful.